Okay, folks, so it's finally here. This is the Beatles Anthology CD set. There's like the packing label there, Beatles Anthology D2C, made in Germany. So pressed by Optimal, so that doesn't really matter too much with CDs. This should be the set that has the art cards. Here is my invoice done on a very shoddy Xerox paper here, but numbered photo card set, a CD box set. So let's open this up and I hope that I got what I ordered. Now, I said in my previous video that I ordered this as soon as it was available, and the website claimed that it would ship on the day of release, but it didn't ship until I think Tuesday or Wednesday, and then came today, so it's a week after the release date. Here is the box. So similar to the vinyl box set, same artwork. There is that spine. Here is the back. Here's the other spine. And this should include the art card. So let's bust this guy open and see what it has. All right, so I got the plastic off. Here is the box with its slipcase. And like I said in my last video, a lot of people don't like this photograph that they use for the new Beatles Anthology promotion. I think it's actually pretty good. So we'll put that there and we'll take a look at the contents. So here is the envelope with the art card. So I got number 3,221 out of 8,000. And here we go. So here are the Beatles on the steps of Abbey Road. I think this is when they were trying to come up with an album cover for Please Please Me. Here is kind of a Sgt. Pepper era picture. Here they are in a boat, which is pretty cool. I think it's from this same photo session. They're kind of, I think they're wearing the same clothes. Yeah. And here they are in Abbey Road. And from the looks of it, this is probably from like when they were recording A Hard Day's Night, the record. So yeah, and these are pretty thick cardstock. So pretty good quality. They have a nice gloss to them, which is cool. And yeah, this is sold out on Beatles.com, this particular edition with the art cards. And the CD box set is sold out on Amazon until like the end of December, which is kind of weird. So this CD box set it seems to have been in pretty high demand. All right, let's take a look at the CDs here. So here is Anthology 1. And disc 1 with the cut app looks very similar to the original CDs that came out in the 90s, which I do own. Here is disc 2. And they all come with a pretty substantial book. Like this one here is, let's see, 46 pages. So you get a lot of information in here. And these books are the same as the one that came with the original sets. This was the first kind of real Beatles literature that I read when I was getting into them, were these anthology books. So I'm pretty excited to get new versions of these. Well, they're not new versions, but I'll probably read them again. So there's Anthology 1. And like I said in my last video, this kind of covers pre-Beatles stuff all the way to like Beatles for sale. Now here is Anthology 2. I'm not going to take out the discs because they're literally the same as Anthology 1. Now, with Anthology 2, I actually, when I was getting into the Beatles, like in the late 90s, I bought Anthology 2 before a lot of like the pre-Rubber Soul albums. So there are songs on here where I heard the alternate takes before I heard the album releases, and to this day, even after over 20 years, the album versions still sound a bit weird to me because I've heard these versions first, especially songs like "It's Only Love," "I'm Down," "You Got to Hide Your Love Away." Those all still sound like they're the alternates to me, as opposed to the ones on Anthology too. So yeah, there's that. Oh, by the way, this covers Help all the way to like the beginning of 1968 when they were doing songs for like Yellow Submarine. So your Lady Madonna, your Across the Universe, Hey Bulldog, though that's not on here, but that's like the era that it covers. Here is Anthology 3, which covers the White Album till the breakup. Again, same artwork on the inside, same discs, but it does come with a pretty nice booklet. So Anthology 3. And the new one, Anthology 4. So this has a lot of songs than the other ones. The other ones have anywhere between like 40 to like 48 songs. This one has 36, 3 of which are just regular release songs, which are Free as a Bird, Real Love, and Now and Then. I said in my last video they could have added a few more things like Christmas Time Is Here Again and Bad to Me, I'm in Love. Those are songs that are out there that they could have slapped on here. They're not like that easy to get these days compared to like a lot of the stuff that's on here that's on like super deluxe editions of recent Beatles re-releases. There's the gatefold, same as the other ones. And we're gonna flip through this book a bit more slowly since it is brand new. So 13 out of the 36 tracks on here are new. Some of them were released on the bootleg recordings from 1963, which was like an iTunes exclusive. A lot of them are on deluxe editions or super deluxe editions of albums that were released recently. So if there's anything that's like on Revolver, Sgt. Pepper, the White Album, odds are they came from those super deluxe box sets. I've always liked this picture here. Oh, look at Paul. It's a pretty famous picture. It's Ringo singing Good Night. Yeah, one thing I've always wanted to hear, and I don't think there was ever a released recording of this, but apparently John did a demo of Good Night where he sings it, and it's supposed to be like beautiful. And if there is a recording of that, that could have been on here, but I don't know if there actually is. See, so right now we're flipping through White Album tracks, and these are all kind of included in that amazing White Album box set from 2018. And one argument that I've heard about, for adding songs from super deluxe box sets is that a lot more casual fans are going to be buying this, and they may not have heard those, so it's good to have them all in one place. My counter argument to that is that a lot of casual fans probably listen to these on streaming, and all of the super deluxe box sets are available on streaming. So if you're just getting to the Beatles today, you can go on Apple Music and Spotify and literally listen to every single box set that they released. In fact, there really isn't too much that they haven't released on like Spotify or Apple Music. I think the only thing that's really missing is the Beatles in mono. But I mean, those don't have any kind of alternate tracks anyway. So if you wanted to hear all the alternate tracks from the super deluxe box sets, you could sign up for one of those services and listen to them right away. So I think they should have added more unreleased stuff because, like I said, this has a lot less tracks than these. So they could have kept the track listing from this and just added maybe 10 more songs, and I think a lot more people would have been happy. But I'm still happy that we got a re-release of Beatles Anthology. My original CDs, which I'll grab right now, my original CDs are from the 90s, and they're pretty beat up. I mean, I kept them in as good a shape as one can be expected to keep them, but they're old. So it's cool that we got like a new packaging and re-release of the Beatles Anthology. And I personally don't like these fat packs. They're they take up too much space, and you know, these CD jewel cases are pretty brittle and they break easily. And you know, the plastic that holds the trays and the booklet inside, over time it gets pretty yellow, or you know, you end up with crap like this. I didn't like spill chocolate milk or anything like this on here. It just ended up like that. And here is 3. And I've heard people say like, oh, you know, these paper sleeves, they're more fragile than jewel cases or whatever. But you know, I have records that are over 60 years old that are in paper sleeves. Most records came in paper sleeves, and they held up just fine as long as you kind of take care of them. It's not even like that much effort to like not damage them. They should last a long time. In fact, my you know, the Beatles 2009 stereo box that came in sleeves like this, and all of mine are fine. They look still pretty good. So I think as long as you keep them in this box and just keep them on a shelf when you're not listening to them, these will hold up just fine. It'll be fine. So I think these are going to age better than these. But, you know, let me know what you think. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.